Ozzy, please be careful.
Ozzy, please.
The Osbournes looked like harmless chaos. A rock star dad, a fierce mom, and kids who didn't care about rules.
Well, I tell you what, I'm Ozzy Osbourne's wife. Now shut the fuck up and go to bed.
Fuck no.
But the real story is way darker. Today, we're breaking down how one hit show changed TV forever and nearly tore a family apart.
Not one of her tattoos is super meaningful, even though she tried to make meaningful.
When the Osbournes premiered on MTV in 2002, nobody expected it to explode the way it did. Cameras moved into Ozzy Osbourne's Beverly Hills home, expecting a quirky rock star diary. Instead, they found a family that felt shockingly real. Ozzy wandering around the house confused, Sharon running everything with unstoppable energy, Kelly and Jack arguing about basically everything. It didn't look staged, it didn't look polished, it didn't look fake.
Some fucking recreational fucking pills. I guarantee she's got an emergency stash for me.
That rawness made it the most watched show MTV had ever aired. Overnight, the Osbournes went from rock royalty to reality TV's first true celebrity family. On screen, the Osbournes looked like the funniest dysfunctional family ever caught on camera. Ozzy mumbling through the kitchen, Sharon laughing at the chaos, Kelly and Jack roasting each other every 5 seconds. It felt harmless, even comforting, but the cameras never showed the full picture. Ozzy was battling decades of addiction. Sharon was juggling business pressures that never stopped. Jack and Kelly were growing up under a microscope, dealing with fame before they even understood who they were. The world saw a hilarious circus. The family was living through emotional pressure most people never face. The wild thing about the Osbournes is that it wasn't supposed to be a global phenomenon. MTV originally saw it as a small experiment, a simple idea. What if we take a heavy metal legend and show his normal family life? But the moment producers stepped into the Osbourne house, they realized normal didn't exist there. Instead of scripted scenes or polished celebrity moments, they filmed pure chaos. Dogs destroying furniture, constant swearing, Ozzy trying to work a TV remote, like it was a NASA control panel. And this was the magic. It was the first time viewers saw a celebrity family without filters. No makeup teams, no lighting tricks, no fake storylines, just life. Before we move on, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and smash that like button. Thank you. Let's get back to it. When the first episode aired, viewers were hooked instantly. It delivered something TV didn't have at the time: honesty. While other shows were scripted and shiny, the Osbournes felt like hanging out with a real family that didn't pretend to be perfect. Within weeks, ratings exploded. People called it the most addictive mess on television. MTV had its biggest hit ever, and suddenly, the Osbournes were everywhere. Talk shows, magazine covers, award shows. Kelly and Jack became teen icons. Sharon became America's new favorite tough love mom. Ozzy, once the Prince of Darkness, became this lovable, confused dad the world couldn't stop quoting. The Osbournes didn't just rise to fame, they became the blueprint for every celebrity reality show that came after. But fame this big doesn't just lift people up. It starts to pull at the cracks. As the show exploded, the pressure inside the Osbourne home quietly started to build. What looked like fun chaos to viewers was actually exhausting chaos for the people living in it. Cameras followed them from the second they woke up to the second they went to bed. Every argument, every mistake, every moment of stress, all of it was captured, edited, and broadcast to millions. Ozzy, already struggling with sobriety, found it harder to stay grounded with a film crew in his face every day. He later admitted he barely remembered filming many parts of the show because of how overwhelmed he was. Sharon, meanwhile, was trying to hold the entire family together, managing Ozzy's career, raising teenagers, running the show, and acting like nothing fazed her. Kelly and Jack had it just as tough. Most teenagers hide from their parents. These two couldn't hide from the entire planet. If they had a bad day, if they gained weight, if they dated the wrong person, tabloids pounced. Imagine being 16 and having millions of strangers judge the way you talk, dress, breathe. The Osbournes were becoming characters instead of people, and worse, they started to play into those characters because they felt expected to. Fans loved the yelling and dysfunction, so the family kept serving it up, even when it hurt them. The show was still a hit, but behind the scenes, the cracks were getting wider. What viewers didn't see, or didn't fully understand, was how heavy the pressure became. The show wasn't just documenting the family anymore, it was shaping their lives in real time, and the effects were brutal. Jack, who was only 16 when the show started, quickly spiraled into addiction. He later admitted he felt lost in the chaos and used drugs to escape the non-stop attention. By 17, he entered rehab. Imagine becoming famous overnight without choosing it, and then having your lowest moments recorded and discussed on national TV. Kelly faced similar struggles. The tabloids were merciless, picking apart her weight, her style, her attitude. She turned to alcohol and prescription pills to cope. She would later say the show didn't cause her problems, but it definitely made everything feel 10 times heavier. And then came one of the hardest moments in the family's life: Sharon's cancer diagnosis. Most families get privacy during something like that, but the Osbournes didn't. Cameras filmed Sharon hooked up to IVs. They filmed Ozzy crying. They filmed Kelly and Jack trying to be strong. Even Sharon later said she didn't know why she agreed to let the cameras stay. Maybe she felt trapped by the show's momentum, or maybe she thought honesty was expected of them. The toll wasn't just emotional. It was physical, mental, and spiritual. The show that made them famous was slowly breaking them. At some point, the tone of the show quietly shifted. What started as harmless yelling and silly arguments turned into something heavier. The family wasn't just being fun messy anymore, they were visibly struggling. Ozzy looked exhausted. Sharon looked drained. The kids looked like they were trying to hold it together for the cameras. Viewers still laughed, but the jokes didn't land the same way. The show had crossed an invisible line. It wasn't documenting a quirky rock family anymore. It was documenting a family slowly falling apart. And once you pass that line, the audience stops laughing with you and starts laughing at you. That's when everything began to feel wrong. As the Osbournes became the world's favorite dysfunctional family, the outside pressure only grew. The media smelled blood. Not in a cruel way at first, but in that hungry way tabloids always do when they find a story that sells. Every time Jack left the house, paparazzi followed. When Kelly went shopping, photographers camped outside the store. Even Ozzy couldn't walk his own dog without someone yelling a question about his marriage or his sobriety. But the media weren't the only ones adding pressure. MTV knew the show's magic came from the family's chaos, and chaos became the product. Producers pushed for more intense moments, more fights, more raw emotion. Not scripted, but definitely encouraged. If the family had a calm day, cameras searched for the smallest spark to turn into a storyline. Drama meant ratings, and ratings meant money, millions of dollars. And the Osbournes felt it. They felt the unspoken expectation that they had to be them, the wild family everyone tuned in for. If they didn't fight, the show dragged. If they didn't yell, people complained online. The family that once felt free on camera now felt trapped by their own image. Then came the behind-the-scenes truths they weren't ready to share with the world. Ozzy later admitted that he was under the influence during most of filming. Not because he wanted to be, but because he didn't know how else to handle the stress. Sharon confessed the cameras made her feel like she couldn't fall apart, even when her health was failing. And the kids, they didn't even get the chance to figure out who they were without millions of people judging them. Kelly said in an interview that she didn't remember what her real personality was during that time. Jack said the only times he felt normal were the rare moments the cameras turned off. The show had stopped being a window into their lives. It had become the thing controlling their lives. This wasn't a funny family anymore. This was a family being pulled in different directions by fame, pressure, and an industry that cared more about entertainment than emotional safety. Breaking point didn't come from one explosive fight or one dramatic twist. It came from a slow buildup of moments that finally became too much. Ozzy and Sharon's marriage, already strained by years of addiction battles and constant stress, hit a wall. They were arguing more, connecting less, and trying to keep up the illusion of everything's fine for millions of viewers. Then there was Sharon's cancer battle. Instead of giving the family space to process, cameras were rolling as she tried to stay strong. Viewers praised her bravery, but behind the scenes, the emotional weight was crushing. Even Ozzy later said he felt helpless, unable to protect his wife, while the world watched.
So I got my own lunatic asylum. I finally got my own lunatic asylum, and I was led to believe it was a mansion, a rock mansion.
Kelly and Jack also began resisting the show. They were tired of being mocked online and tired of their worst moments being turned into entertainment. They wanted out, and MTV noticed the shift. Ratings began to dip. Fans said the show felt different, darker, heavier. The charm was gone. The laughter sounded forced. So the Osbournes made the one decision they should have made earlier. They ended the show. After 4 seasons, they shut the doors, turned off the cameras, and finally put their family above the fame. It wasn't a dramatic TV finale, it was survival. In the end, the Osbournes wasn't just a reality show. It was a warning we didn't recognize at the time. It proved you can be loved by millions and still be falling apart inside your own home. The world got entertainment, but the family paid the real price. Their rise was fast, their fame was huge, and their downfall was painfully public. And yet, their story changed television forever. They showed the world what reality TV could be and what it could destroy. Sometimes the thing that makes you famous is the same thing that breaks you. For more deep dives like this, subscribe, smash that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.